Hello everybody, how are you doing today? I'm so happy to be here with you doing another fun project from the Clubhouse, the Integrity House. We wanted to support you and be here during this pandemic and making something fun with you. So today we're going to do some paper beads. A year ago I went and I found this in a thrift store. Look at that, those are paper beads. And I thought it was a very fun thing. They are very light, and you can put as many as you want, and because they're paper, they're pretty light. And you can do jewelry, you can do earrings, you can do many things. And here is one of the beads that I made. This is another one. They have different lengths and different thickness, and all of this you can do at home with very simple materials. So let's get on it, and remember to contact your staff member if you need help or you want some materials. They can arrange it with you. All right, let's go. Here we have the materials we're going to need. We're going to need a pair of scissors, and we are going to need a ruler, also sticks. So you can use the common one, which is the toothpick. That's for the smaller beads. And if you want a bigger hole because you're going to make maybe jewelry that requires a bigger string, thicker string, you can use any of these. You can see they're different things. Some people even use straws. Here we are, different thickness of it. Here are our beads so you can see. And then we're going to need something like wax paper. This one's going to make that things don't stick. We're going to need some kind of glue, a brush, and then I'm going to show you the papers that we can use. So we can have something with words, like from magazines. We can use what we did before on the second class, which is we did a collage with strips. We can definitely use this. And then here I have a catalog of flowers. I did something with this as well. And then we're going to need something like a container, something like this that you can put your toothpick like that, so it will hang and it will not touch, because when you put the bead, you're going to want it to not touch anything because it's going to have glue and everything. Some people use a very interesting technique, which is they use a cardboard. Let me move this here. A carton of eggs, and you see, and then they hang it from here, and you can even hang it from here like that, making maybe a couple of slits in there, and you can hang all your beads to dry. And we're going to need some kind of sealer for the paper, and depending on the brand that you have, or if you contact us, we can just send you some that will work. Okay, our first step is that we're going to have to make a pattern. This is a 1/2 inch at the bottom. It's a triangle, and then I made it, one is like 6 1/4 inch tall, and then you're just going to trace and taper it so it gives this shape. And there's another one here with the same thickness, and then, or the same width, and then you're going to make it a little longer. You can do different things. You can do a wider one. This is a 3/4 inch, and the beads that will provide you, for example, this one is this long one, ones that you wrap it. This is thin paper, and then, for example, this one that you see is a little chunkier, is the same size as this, but what happened is that it's made with the collage paper and it's a little thicker. So by making it a little thicker, it gets a little bumpier in here. Our bead, I'm going to show you the different types, you see? But you can try different things. You can do at home any triangle of any form, and sometimes they don't need to be triangles. There's a lot of different patterns in the internet where you can do very fun ones, and it's just about changing the shape of this. So, for example, we're going to show you that once that you have your paper, we are going to turn this one, so you don't want to trace on the front of the paper because it will leave the mark. And with your paper pattern, you're going to put it on your back of your paper, good paper, and then you're going to trace it. You see, I already traced that. And then the good thing is that you're not going to waste anything because you're going back and forth with the pattern, and then you come out with these triangles, and this is where we're going to need. So once we have the tracing, we can come and cut and keep doing that until you have all the papers cut out. Once that you've cut your paper, this is the thick one, so it's going to be a bumpier bead. You're going to flip it, and you're going to come in here, and you're going to fall somewhere a little bit above the edge. And this is that way because then you can come here and roll it, because you want it to have this curve already made to curve the paper. So it gives, you see, like a little curl. And then once that you have that, you're going to come and do a little bit of rolling. I'm doing it on the toothpick. And you're going to come with your glue and you're going to apply it. You don't need to put tons of glue, but you need to make sure that you put all the way to the edge. And then you're going to start doing your rolling. So here we go. And you can do it on the surface of the wax paper, or you can do it like this. I feel like I have more control doing it like this. And look that there is the glue, and you could apply the glue with a brush, but because I have the glue with a little nice tip, very small tip, I apply it that way. And you see how are we rolling. And we keep doing that. And what it's creating is creating the bead. And you see how it's tapering. And we end up here to the end of the bead. And here's the bead. Now we're going to have, after the bead is done, we're going to apply here the paper sealer. I like to do one layer of it. And then when it's dry, I apply another one. And sometimes I apply 3. I'm using one that is satin. It's nice to have a bead with a little bit of shimmer. And I like matte too, but for the beads, they give it like a little glossy feeling, even that they are made of paper. So here is our bead. And what we're going to do now is that we can either use the cardboard for the eggs, oops, and put it like that, or we can use the little container here. I got a little sticky hands, and we're going to let it rest. And here is how simple they are. Then once that they're dry, this one is dry and it has 3 layers of the sealer, then you can release it. You can just pull it or push it and it will release and it will come out like that. And you can make your own collections. You can use all kinds of papers. What about if I'm going to make one with words, and then I'm going to show it to you. So here we have the bead that we made together. This is the first bead, you see, and then I made one with words, and maybe it's not that noticeable, and it's a little thinner paper, so you see the difference. And maybe you can find some darker paper that the words are white or red, and then it will maybe pop more. But you know that the words are there, and that's what is important about. And here we're going to let it dry, continue drying, and then we're going to give it a second and third layer of sealer, and then they will be ready, and you can make all kinds of projects with the beads that you finish. And then you can have a little collection, make a lot of them, and then decide what you're going to do with them. I hope that you enjoyed the project, and we'll see you next week.